All right, this weekend, the clocks fall back 1 hour. Look at our guest is getting her pillow ready to go to bed. The clocks are falling back 1 hour, which should mean more sleep for everybody, right? In theory, this works, but that, as we know, is not always the reality. Kids don't care whether it's daylight saving time or not, and a lot of people suffer from common sleep disorders. So here to answer the most frequently asked questions about sleep is sleep expert Alanna McGinn. Good to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
I saw you getting your pillow ready.
I know.
You're ready for good night's sleep.
Ready to go.
The most common question that you get, I understand, is I have a hard time falling asleep at night, and if I fall back to sleep, I keep waking up. What can I do?
So insomnia is common, and there's acute insomnia and chronic insomnia. So acute insomnia is something that everybody in the studio has probably suffered from, myself included, and that's just when you have poor sleep sometimes. It could be a couple nights and then, you cycle back and you start sleeping better. Then there's individuals that suffer from chronic insomnia. So this is where you've been having frequent sleep loss for weeks, for months, even for years. And this is where it could have long-term health effects. There's different things that you can do. You always start with the basics of following proper sleep hygiene. So sleep hygiene is steps that an individual takes to have proper sleep health. So it's really changing habits. So things like following consistent sleep patterns, going to bed at the same time every night, waking up at the same time every morning. That's gonna help you fall asleep a lot easier. It's gonna help you wake up a lot easier in the morning as well. Tech, probably our biggest sleep buster is to keep tech out of the bedroom. Those bright lights are kind of turning that sleep switch off in our brain. But we're also checking emails, going on social media, and that's just adding to some of the anxieties and stress we might already be experiencing. And then having that consistent bedtime, that calming, relaxing bedtime. We do it with our kids, we have to do it with ourselves as well.
Well, and you probably get this question a lot. You just got a new puppy, so you know that sleep is interrupted. If you have young children, sleep can also be interrupted. So just do the best you can within those rules.
Absolutely, absolutely. And yes, absolutely. You just, follow those. And the same goes for our kids. We follow the same steps for our kids in terms of sleep hygiene, in terms of changing those sleep habits for them and incorporating proper sleep hygiene and then also better sleep habits as well.
Second question, it is hard to turn off my brain when I want to fall asleep. How do I quiet my mind? You mentioned tech out of the bedroom.
Tech out of the bedroom for sure. You can practice different relaxation techniques like mindful thinking, mindful breathing. There's a lot of great mindful breathing methods that you can use. I also tell people to allow yourself to have what I call personal pauses throughout the day. We're human. I can't tell you to not stress out, to not have worries and anxieties. It's going to happen. And what happens is we live in such a distracting world that we tend to push all of those things down. And the moment we lie down in bed, the distractions are gone, and that's when our brain floods. So allow yourself time throughout the day to have those thoughts, have those worries, have those concerns, write out that to-do list so that you're not saving it for when you go to bed.
Next is my child is having a hard time falling asleep at night. What can I do to help?
Right, so childhood insomnia is common as well. Could be for different reasons. Maybe they're having a hard time falling asleep, or they suddenly show, fears and anxieties. So same thing as I was saying, follow those sleep hygiene practices, consistent sleep patterns, conducive sleep environment, making sure things are dark, quiet, and cool, consistent bedtime routine. And then something that I normally recommend is having what I call a shared journal. So this is a journal that you can have with your child, where sometimes they have things going on in their life where they want to tell you, but they don't know how to say it. So they write it out, they know you're gonna read it, and it's a great form of that bridge of communication between you and your child.
To very quickly wrap up, it's an important question. What about a snoring partner?
Yes, so sleep apnea is another common sleep disorder. I always say kick them out to the doctors before you kick them out to the couch. So if you're finding that you're waking up still tired, even having those 7 to 8 hours of sleep, showing a lot of daytime sleepiness, maybe waking up with a dry mouth, headaches, it's worth having a conversation with your doctor, and they would then refer you to have a sleep study done and then to see if you have sleep apnea.
Always good to find out great tips like this. Thank you so much, Alanna.
Thanks for having me.